Social media has been linked to increased levels of anxiety, poor sleep, and depression. Hello, my name is Donald Butler, and today I'll be explaining to you why social media does more harm than good. By the end of this speech, I hope that you'll understand the potential dangers of social media and consider moderating the usage of social media. My three topics that I'm going to be discussing today will be the mental health impacts of social media, the spread of misinformation of social media, that's a big one, and the negative impacts on personal relationships. The first one I'm going to jump into will be the mental health impacts of social media. It increases levels of loneliness, anxiety, and depression. Many people like to fake like to be like the person that they see on social media, and that's not always good. You should always be yourself. A study shown at the University of Pennsylvania that was found reducing social media can significantly decrease the feeling of loneliness, depression, and sadness. Personal stories of individuals have been found that when decreasing the levels of those things and taking mental breaks can lower the levels of those things I named. Next, I'm going to be discussing the misusage of information and falseness of it. Social media platforms are breeding ground for fake news and misinformation. Twitter and Instagram being one of the biggest ones. A study showing that MIT found that false news stories are 70% more likely to be retweeted than the stories of misinformation caused in real world harms. Just like, for instance, somebody got into it, everybody's gonna retweet that instead of them retweeting the fact that somebody got all A's or is doing good at school. Like, people never retweet the good things that happen. They always retweet the bad things or things that's not so true. Finally, I'm going to discuss the negative effects of social media and personal relationships. An experiment was done in 2012 by Plegynsky. The experiment was called "Can You Connect With Me Now?" And the experiment was basically he got some students and he sat them down in the room and seen how many times they were going to interact with each other, and it wasn't a lot. It was a study showing that they had to decrease their face-to-face interactions and poor quality of relationships and friendliness. In conclusion today, I hope you learned about the mental health impacts that social media have, the spread of misinformation, and the negative effects on personal relationships caused by social media. I hope that you understand the potential dangers of social media and consider moderating your usage. Remember, the author Cal Newport once said, social media once promised to bring us all together, but instead it's isolating us.